You walked outside this morning, looked at your bird feeder, and noticed something strange. The seeds were still there, the water was still fresh, but the birds were gone. No cardinals, no finches, no chickadees, nothing. At first it doesn't make sense. You haven't changed anything. The feeder is full, the yard looks the same, and yet the birds that used to visit every day have suddenly disappeared. What most people don't realize is that birds rarely leave for no reason. When birds stop visiting a yard, it's usually because something in that environment is sending a warning signal, and in many cases, it's something you've been doing for years without even realizing it. Today, we're going to uncover the most common mistakes that quietly drive birds away from your yard. Some of these mistakes seem harmless. Others might surprise you completely. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how birds see your yard and why they may have decided to stay away. Let's start with one of the biggest mistakes of all. Your feeder may be in the wrong location. Most people place bird feeders where they can easily see them, near a kitchen window, next to the porch, somewhere convenient for watching birds. But birds don't care about your view. Before landing at a feeder, a bird performs a quick safety check. It looks for nearby cover, escape routes, and potential threats. If a hawk suddenly appears, the bird needs somewhere to hide immediately. A feeder sitting in the middle of an open lawn might look perfect to you, but to a bird it can feel incredibly dangerous. Without nearby shrubs or trees, there is nowhere to escape. As a result, birds may visit once or twice, but they won't make your yard part of their daily routine. A simple solution is placing the feeder closer to natural cover. Even a small shrub nearby can make a huge difference. Now let's talk about food. Many bird lovers buy large bags of mixed bird seed from the store, assuming all seeds are equally attractive to birds. Unfortunately, that's not true. Many inexpensive seed mixes contain large amounts of filler grains that popular backyard birds simply don't like. Cardinals, chickadees, nuthatches, and finches often pick through these mixes, tossing unwanted seeds onto the ground. Eventually, they may start looking elsewhere for food. If you want to attract a wide variety of birds, black oil sunflower seeds are one of the best choices available. They're nutritious, easy to eat, and loved by dozens of species. A small change in seed quality can completely transform the activity around your feeder. But food isn't the only thing that matters. Your feeder itself could be causing a problem. A dirty feeder is more dangerous than most people realize. When seeds become damp, mold and bacteria can begin to grow. Bird droppings can accumulate. Disease can spread from one visitor to another. What looks like a minor cleaning issue can quickly become a serious health risk. Birds are surprisingly sensitive to these conditions. If a feeding station becomes unhealthy, birds often abandon it altogether. Cleaning your feeder regularly is one of the simplest and most important things you can do. Now, here's a topic many people don't like discussing: cats. Whether it's your cat or your neighbor's, outdoor cats have a major impact on bird populations. Even well-fed cats retain strong hunting instincts. A cat doesn't need to catch birds every day to create fear. Birds learn quickly. If they repeatedly see a predator in a certain area, they begin associating that location with danger. Eventually, they stop visiting altogether. In a bird's mind, safety is more important than food. A yard that feels unsafe will always lose to a yard that feels secure. Another mistake involves water. Most people assume bird feeders are the main attraction. They're not. Fresh water is often even more important. Birds need water not only for drinking but also for bathing. Healthy feathers are essential for flight, insulation, and survival. Without regular bathing opportunities, birds struggle to maintain their feathers properly. Yet many yards have no water source at all. Others have bird baths filled with stagnant water. Still water quickly becomes dirty and can attract mosquitoes and harmful bacteria. The best bird baths contain clean, regularly changed water. Even better, moving water attracts birds from much greater distances. A small dripper, fountain, or bubbler can dramatically increase bird activity in your yard. Many birdwatchers notice more visitors within days of adding moving water. Next, let's talk about noise. Birds can become accustomed to predictable human activity. They learn routines. They know when people leave for work. They know when children play outside. But sudden, unpredictable disturbances are different. Loud music, barking dogs, power tools, slamming doors, and constant commotion all create stress. Every unexpected sound forces birds to reassess whether the area is safe. When this happens repeatedly, many birds simply choose a quieter location. You don't need to turn your yard into a silent sanctuary, but creating periods of calm, especially during the morning feeding hours, can encourage birds to stay longer and return more often. Another common mistake is keeping the yard too tidy. Humans love neat landscapes, freshly cut lawns, perfect edges, no leaves, no fallen branches, everything clean and organized. Birds see things differently. That pile of leaves under a shrub isn't junk. It's a food source. Insects, larvae, seeds, and tiny creatures live among those leaves. Many birds depend on them. Dead branches provide nesting opportunities. Brush piles create shelter. Natural clutter offers protection from predators. When we remove every sign of mess, we often remove everything birds need to survive. A perfectly maintained yard may look beautiful to people while offering very little value to wildlife. Sometimes leaving a small area slightly wild can make a bigger difference than installing another feeder. And finally, there's one mistake that few people ever think about. You assume birds are simply using your yard. But in reality, they're choosing it. Birds have many options. They can visit countless yards, parks, and natural areas. Yet some return to the same locations again and again. Research has shown that many birds remember specific places and can even recognize individual human faces. Think about that for a moment. The cardinal that visits your feeder every morning isn't there by accident. It has learned that your yard is safe. It has learned that food and water are available. It has learned that you are not a threat. Trust like that isn't built overnight. And when a yard becomes unsafe, unpredictable, or neglected, that trust slowly disappears. Birds don't simply stop visiting. They choose somewhere else. The good news is that most of these mistakes are easy to fix. Move your feeder closer to cover. Offer better seed. Keep feeders clean. Provide fresh water. Reduce unnecessary disturbances. Create natural shelter. And most importantly, remember that every bird visiting your yard has made a choice. Make your yard a place worth choosing. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating discoveries about the natural world right outside your window.